Ooh-wee, okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. So today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC on Fox. Johnson versus Gustafsson in a light heavyweight #1 contendership clash for who gets the next shot at John Jones' belt. Yeah, so let's get started with a rundown of the main card. And starting with the main event, of course. And yeah, the main event was Anthony Johnson versus Alexander Gustafsson. This was live in Sweden at a big stadium, 30,000 people. Everyone was picking Alexander Gustafsson to win this fight. I thought he was going to win. I thought he was going to use his reach, he was going to use his height, he's going to use his quickness. He'll create angles. But what me and a lot of other people didn't really take notice of is there's only a 1-inch reach advantage for Gustafsson. There's a big height advantage, I think 2 or 3 inches for Gustafsson, I believe it was. And yeah, Gustafsson came in, he was scared of the power of Johnson, I think. And so he kept running around in circles, kept circling and hoping to create some big angle, and he looked to me like he was landing leg kicks to set up takedowns. The fight only lasted roughly halfway into the first round, and Johnson caught him, and it was officially a TKO by punches knockout win for Anthony "Rumble" Johnson. So he now gets the title shot against John Jones. And yeah, it was devastating to watch. Being a big Alexander fan, some of you may know. And yeah, he caught him, and then Alexander fell on the ground, and he just did some ground and pound and finished him there. And the ref gave Alexander plenty of chances to get back in it, and he wasn't responding. So it was a good stoppage by the referee. And that wraps up, that sums up the main event. I mean, it was only barely less than a half a round. So that was pretty much the whole match there. So Anthony Johnson wins by TKO punches round 1 and gets the title shot against John Jones, which they're hoping to have the fight in May. I would imagine on the Memorial Day weekend card, possibly. Should make for a great pay-per-view matchup. Now let's get to the co-main event, which the co-main event was a middleweight clash with Dan Henderson versus Gegard Mousasi. Now I thought Dan Henderson was going to use his wrestling on this one and shoot for an early takedown. And it looked like he was trying to eventually work his way into a single leg takedown. And I think the ref stopped it way too early. But it looked like Gegard was doing his thing, finding his reach, landing some good shots. And yeah, he won by TKO punches. It was round 1. And it was only 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, Gegard, I think it's a good win for him. It's a good get back on track type win after the Jacare Souza loss. Gegard Mousasi, he's had a lot of hype when he went into the UFC, and he's been hit and miss, and of course, like he said in the post-fight interview, that he wants to be more consistent, and definitely winning his next match will definitely bring him back in the limelight. He's still ranked in the top 10 in his weight class, and he is talented. He just needs to work on his wrestling, of course. We all know that. I truly thought Dan Henderson had the tools to take him down, but it is what it is. I am a fan of both these guys, so I was happy either way. Yeah, so Gegard Mousasi wins the co-main event in the middleweight division. Then also in the main card, we had a light heavyweight bout, and that was Ryan Bader versus Phil Davis. Now, Phil Davis, he landed a lot of strikes in each round, and he was really working the ground game. Ryan Bader was definitely working his defense and countering, and it looked like to me Phil Davis won this fight. Yeah, it was a split decision win for Ryan Bader. I think the judges got it wrong. I think Phil Davis should have won. But I wanted Ryan Bader to win this. I am a Ryan Bader fan. Always have been. So I'm happy that he won. I just wish it was a little bit more impressive and more decisive. But yeah, it was pretty much, it looked to me like Phil Davis was landing a little bit more strikes on each round. And Ryan Bader was countering, and that was the whole fight. There weren't any truly big moments in the whole fight. No one was getting rocked to the point where they're almost out. But it was kind of close too. It wasn't too lopsided where, oh man, this is the biggest robbery ever. But yeah, Ryan Bader, he gets this split decision win. And that sums up that fight. Then to kick off the main card, we had in the featherweight division, Sam Sicilia versus Akira Corassani. Wow. Now this was a great fight. Oh man, yeah. Being a Sam Sicilia fan, having met the guy and his good friend Michael Chiesa, it was great to see Sam Sicilia get back on track. He's been hit and miss in the UFC, and there was speculation that if Sam lost this fight, he would have got cut. And not only did he win the match, but he knocked Akira out in the first round, officially winning by KO punches. And it was only 3 minutes and 26 seconds into the first round. And to top it off, he ended the career of Akira Corassani. Akira announced unofficially his retirement after this match. And that is like, wow, icing on the cake. I mean, he beat a guy so bad that he doesn't want to step back into the octagon. That is a pretty devastating finish. And yeah, it was a great fight, a great extravagant knockout win for Sam Sicilia. Wow. So that wraps up the post-fight show for UFC on Fox. Stay tuned for my next episode, which will be a pre-fight on UFC 183. And until then, see ya.